I'd like to welcome you to our first video on the puzzle cube, our 3D design project. For this step, we are going to be brainstorming some of our potential puzzle pieces that we will use on our puzzle cube. So for this step, you will need a couple of pencils because we are going to be doing some shading, and your 6 plastic cubes, which I have right here. And for our puzzle, as we've gone over in the directions, it will be a 3 by 3 by 3 cube made up of 6 puzzle pieces, which will be made each of 4, 5, or 6 cubes. So, generally speaking, these in your finished product will be made of wood. We will be 3D printing these out of plastic. These puzzle pieces are simply here for you to begin brainstorming and working out ideas. In order to start this process, even though we will not have puzzle pieces of 3 cubes, we are going to start with that. So we want to find as many possibilities as we can with 3 cubes. So if I put those together, that is 1 possibility. And then we have a second possibility, like so. Okay. Now, if we were to take, and we're going to ignore these holes and the little, this is called a boss that comes off the side. Those will not actually be there in our finished product. So we're going to ignore that those exist. If I were to take and I rotate this, even though my perspective is different, that piece does not change, no matter which way I rotate that. And our goal for this project, or for this brainstorming, is to come up with as many possibilities as we can. And then our second step is to go back, and we are going to, excuse me, my voice keeps cracking. We're going to go back and get rid of any duplicates. So for a 3-piece or a 3-cube piece, we have, again, 2 possibilities. We have 3 in a row, and then we have the simple L shape, like so. Okay, and then to document our brainstorming, we are going to draw it on our isometric graph paper. For the purposes of this assignment, each space is going to be 1 cube. So if I were to draw 1 cube, this would be my top face. Front face. Sorry, this is my front face and right side. And we are also going to do like we did before, and we are going to shade these in. So if you remember, the faces parallel to the front, we made as dark as possible. The faces that are parallel to our right side are going to be a medium darkness, and we are going to keep the faces on the top not shaded in at all. So it gives it a real 3-dimensional look. And this is going to be even more important as you'll see when we get into more and more complex shapes. So this is yours as a reference. Couple other guidelines. A, we do not want these to be touching this borderline, and we want at least one space between. So I am going to just simply kind of segment this off so that we have it here as a reference. Okay, and then we are going to start with our 3 cube puzzle piece. So that's like so, sorry, there we go, that's flat. And it doesn't really matter what way we draw this. Usually, as we've talked about in before, the longest edge is our length, or rather our width. So I'm going to start a space down, or at least one space down, and a space over so that it doesn't touch. And then it's 3 blocks long. By 1 block, let me move that out of the way, right there. Like so. Okay, darken that in. Make sure we include every line. Then we're going to make that front face as dark as we can. The side face is going to be light. Making sure we are filling in the entire face. It's not just going to be scribbled. And then our second option is our L shape. So this is a little bit different. We're going to have to decide what our front view is. So again, we've got 2 equal edges. So either one of those could be our length. However, if I turn this and eventually I were to draw my right side, I would have a hidden line at this corner. So this is going to be the shape of my front. And we again are going to start over 1. So there's 1 space. And then it is 1 cube deep by 2 cubes tall by 2 cubes wide. And then I take and I start blocking in my faces. And you'll notice too, there are no lines that are not collinear or on the same line as one of my isometric lines on my paper. So you should not have any horizontal lines or any lines that are not matched up to one of these lines on the paper. So again, I'm going to color that in. Or shade it would be the more correct terminology. Making it very dark on the front. And then light or medium weight on our right faces. Again, just to bring out that 3-dimensionality. Okay, and those are our possibilities using 3 cubes. So again, I'm just going to kind of segment those off. Like so, and I could also, good idea to label them. Okay, and then we will come back and continue with the 4. That was just to give you an idea of the process that we're going to be going through. The goal is to come up with as many potential pieces as possible, because that is what you will choose from for your next step. Hope you got good information out of this video, and good luck drawing. See you in the next one.